You could fish like this or like this.
About 2 years ago.
We headed out early this morning with our driver and local guide to see some of the areas around Hanoi.
This is Truc Bach Lake, across from West Lake. You can see in the lake that there are many flowers and things that have recently been dumped. Our tour guide says it was in honor of John McCain's death. There's a small memorial that is hard to see in this lighting just down the way from us, where people paid respects when he passed away. Apparently he was captured and went down here, and they wanted to honor him.
Remember to wear the right clothing when visiting places in other countries, or you may not be allowed inside. Originally constructed in the 16th century, this pagoda was relocated in 1615 to where it currently sits, which is a small island in the West Lake. The pagoda itself, which is found inside the temple, holds monks' ashes. So many come here to worship and pray.
We're entering the Ho Chi Minh Complex. This is the Ho Chi Minh Complex. It was helped to be built by the Russians. It is a mausoleum with the body inside. No photos were allowed inside.
This is the presidential palace, still in use. It was built by the French.
To die.
That is President Ho Chi Minh's meeting room with chairs and tables and cars that he used on display. This is where President Ho Chi Minh decided to live. You see, it's very simple. He did not want to live in the president house. This is the house on stilts where President Ho Chi Minh lived until he died, after he moved from the other area. Right outside the house on stilts is a bunker. The bunker, of course, is there to protect the president's life. It has a secret tunnel that leads to the outside, and that's the bunker there. Leaving the presidential home. I got hugged by one lady out of the blue. She caught me off guard. Something special about being tall in Vietnam. It's the one pillar pagoda. We are in Hoa Lo, or Hanoi Hilton. It is a prison. We've just come from the dungeon.
Yes, and the total area of the prison is about 13,000 square meter. 13,000 square meter. The capacity of the prison is about 600 to 700. But then sometimes the friends they use here for 2,000 people living together. Yes. So that's why we living condition to the Vietnamese prison. This is the general room. And this is the other one. And this is general room 2. And so we will go to this cell F. F is a dungeon. Dungeon means and it's a house for the Vietnamese prisoner having opposing action. Opposing action means you made a noise in the room, you broke the rules. Yes, and if you prepare for escape plan, yes, and so they put you to live in the dungeon.
For making a noise in your room.
Yes, make a noise in the room. Yes, and you are the protestant in the room. Yes.
This is the dungeon. He said about 4 people would go inside this little room. Our tour guide says that the Vietnamese prisoners used to try to escape and use the sewers. But once they caught on, they tried to make it more narrow with putting bars, but they used soap and a file to get through to try to escape anyway.
For a single, one for the pregnant. This room will for a single woman, about 20 to 25 ladies living together in the same room like this.
20 to 25 in their female cells?
Yes. And this is the other one with the pregnant women. They are pregnant with their husband, with the Vietnamese husband. It's not with family member. Yeah. And then they give birth in the prison too.
Here's a guillotine transferred from France in the prison. So after your head gets cut off, they can put it in this basket. Other forms of torture, you could be tied to this, and they use boxing gloves to hit you. They can also, you see a gasoline tank, put you in this tank, cover it, and then beat it. There's boxing gloves that they use. And then we have an isolation room. And we have female torture items. The cane goes up the back side, and the front side you got electrocuted on your breath. If you went to the isolation room, you were there for about 10 months before you were killed.
In 1907, they had a plan. And it's all of the people here, and their mission was putting poison into the French governor food. And then the troops from the outside of our citadel attacked it to reoccupy the citadel. But and then their plans got disclosed, so that and all of them beheaded by the French in the 1908 after 10.
If you're coming to Hanoi, be sure to pencil this in on your to-do list. It's definitely worth it. Next, we walked to a local box office where we picked up tickets for a water puppet show for later in the evening. We also went through a local market before heading to lunch.
Okay, we're cross-border.
Now we're headed down an alley and up some stairs to the Cinnamon restaurant.
Fishes and mixes with some sugar and vinegar. And beside that we have a grilled chicken, white anchovies, and a little fish with some fried vegetable for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Braised pork. A variety of fish and fried options and vegetables. Seafood broth that you can enjoy with steamed rice. Here's a look at the menu. However, this meal was already preset and paid for as part of the trip. And that ended the guided tour for day 2. All that was left was to go and see the water puppet show, which we had bought tickets for earlier in the day. I'm not quite sure what to expect here, but let the show begin. And just like that, this show and this video are over. Be sure to come back for part 3 where the tour heads up into the mountainous Mai Chau, a small town with a lot of beauty.